Roe has been overturned. Yes, it's an amazing thing. I never thought in all my 48 years that I would see Roe overturned in this country. After nearly 50 years, Roe versus Wade, the flawed manufactured ruling called a right to abortion, has been overturned. The Supreme Court held that the Constitution does not confer a right to abortion, and the authority to regulate abortion is returned to the people and their elected representatives. Guided by history and tradition that map the essential components of the 14th Amendment, the 14th Amendment clearly does not protect a right to an abortion. And I'm going to tell you a little bit later. But House Bill number 22-1279 in Colorado makes abortion a fundamental right. It codifies a right to abortion that is not even there. And I'll talk to you in a little bit. My opponent just said that she's going to redraft the bill to give providers more protection. That's a problem in itself, because we don't need providers to have more protection. If there is a right for women, the protection belongs to women and the baby. We need to give uninformed and ignorant women more protection from egregious providers. I care about women's rights, health rights. And I would love for you to help me defeat my opponent in this election. Vote for Marla Fernandez in November, because I care about women's rights, and I also care about the baby that is developing inside the woman. There are two lives in abortion. And the reason, and while we women have a right to choose freely what to do with our body, we do not have the absolute right to kill another human being. The 14th Amendment says the state shall not deprive life, liberty, or property of any person without due process or equal protection. And that is why my opponent's bill fails completely. Because it gives you and the provider a right to kill a human being all the way up to birth. And it removes the state from regulating the abortion industry. Those 2 points fail in accordance with the Constitution. Any law that is made according to Article 4 says that a law is valid if it is pursuant to the Constitution. Pursuant means in accordance with. Law, the House Bill 22-1279 is not pursuant to the Constitution. It either needs to be repealed or redrafted so that it balances and does not deprive life, liberty, or property without equal protection. You do not have an absolute right to kill a baby. And there is a baby. It's not a clump of cells like some doctors want to say. At each stage of my son's life, he was developing. Life begins in the womb and ends when your heart completely stops and is not revived. Your body cannot function without a heart. Your brain cannot send out messages if your heart is not working. The baby must be considered. We need to put leaders who are thoughtful and make laws in accordance with the Constitution. And I hope I have your vote, because this Latina is going to make things right. And I will hear your voice, and I will put your voice back in the Colorado Assembly. Because when you elect me, whether you elect me or not, and when I win my opponent, I have to listen to you regardless of your party affiliation. But my allegiance is to the Constitution. So, vote for Marla Fernandez this November. You will have a woman of integrity and diligence getting your concerns acted on in our community. Donate today to ensure our victory. Together, we can make a difference. I am proactive, not passive. Thank you. Vote for Marla Fernandez for better ideas. Paid for by Marla Fernandez and approved by Marla Fernandez campaign. Thank you very much. Head on over to marlafernandez4hd3.com and make your donation today.